So this tractor has been sitting for 3 years. Even the sticker, that's what Steve said. He said, I think I had it running 3 years ago. The battery says 2016, August of 2016. Not that that matters, but I was just playing with it and I noticed something pretty interesting. It has charge on the battery. Granted, it's a 6-volt system, so it doesn't take much to spin this thing over, but that 6-volt battery has a charge in it. Let me show you. And that actually spins it pretty dang fast. So I decided while we're here, before we go to the parts store, I might as well get a compression test on it because I got a compression tester, and we'll go from there. Then we'll know if we need rings or valves or need to even tear the head off and look, or if everything's fine. So he said cylinder 3, starting from front to back. I don't know what they're actually ordered, but he said cylinder number 3 from the front, second to last, is the one that's giving the problems with smoking, burning oil basically, because it's fouling spark plugs. And that's what gave this tractor the name Smokin' Sally. The last one I had was Squeaky Susie, because she had a fan belt issue that was not really an issue other than noise, so I left it, and she was Squeaky Susie, and she was a good tractor. She was also a 1952. The only difference I've noticed so far is I had I think it was called a Sherman. It doesn't sound right now, but a Sherman, I think, 2-speed gearbox in front of my 4-speed transmission. So that was really cool for like going on the road and going up to road speeds, 30 miles an hour on these things, which wasn't fun, but it gets you somewhere pretty quick as opposed to sitting there forever at high RPMs. Man, that radiator, I wonder if I need yeah, my brain's just going. Anyways, let's get a compression check and we'll go from there. So if you're not going to reuse spark plugs, you don't really need to take much care of them. So I'm going to use this perfect spark plug removal tool, and this is my compression test tool. Basically, this threads in where a spark plug would thread in, and as soon as the piston comes up, it compresses a bunch of air in here. It doesn't give you the perfect reading the first time, so you give it about 5 revolutions, and then you look at this gauge, and as soon as it stops going up, that's as much compression as that piston can ever give you. I'm going to do a dry test first, and then we will get some Marvel Mystery Oil. Need to put that on the list. And we'll dump it in the cylinders, leave it overnight, and we'll give it a wet compression test while the rings have some moisture on them. I don't know the reason for this, but it's just good to do. I guess it's a realistic test because you'll have oil-soaked rings on a regularly used tractor. You'll have oil all around the rings, so oil down the cylinder, let it sit overnight, and then give it a compression test. This is what people do online, so I'm going to do it. Just leave me alone. All right, compression test. I'm going to get these plugs out, throw this thing in there, go.
Yep, right tool for the right job, baby. See, told you. Woo! That's not good. I'll show you that in a second. So he's done away with the channel locks. He's going with a real socket, and actually it is a spark plug socket. Looks like that one's gotten hot. That's weird. They look awful, guys. I've never seen spark plugs this bad. I don't know what that means though. Like, did it run?
Alright guys, here you have it. This is cylinder number 1, front cylinder. I don't know how these can get this dirty. Like, I don't know. That's crazy. Cylinder number 2. A lot of oil. These might just be old, but I also bet we got some problems in this motor. Compression test should help. This one looks so bad. That's cylinder 4. Looks so bad. How does that even happen? All right, so now real fast, we'll thread this into each cylinder, get a good reading. I'll document that. And we will kind of know a little bit more about this girl. All right, so we saw, I thought it was going to get better. It got worse. We saw 70 pounds of pressure in the rear cylinder, about 50, I think, on cylinder 3, 30 cylinder 2, and cylinder 1 had like 10 pounds of pressure. So that means either valves are stuck open. It has to be. With that little compression, it's valves are sticking or something. There's doors. There are doors under this manifold into the side of that block to where you can get into your valves and then make it really easy. So for now, I'm going to pour oil in each cylinder to hopefully lubricate it up, get stuck rings unstuck, just do a whole bunch of little things in there chemically with lubricant, and we'll go from there. But just oil down the cylinders helps so many little things. It's gonna be good. So I'm gonna do that, and we're gonna run to the store and get some parts, and then, yeah. I still need to figure out what we're doing about voltage. If Tractor Supply has a 12-volt system today, I'm just gonna buy it, the conversion kit, and we'll go from there. So in an attempt to like be productive and like get things done and kind of save time later, I thought while I run to the store, I can go ahead and just drain the oil out. And when I get back, I'll cap it off and dump some new oil in and put a new oil filter in, and that'll be one task done. And then all this cranking on this motor, I'll be, you know, at peace knowing it's got fresh oil in there. But I can't get that plug out. It's starting to strip. It's a 1 inch, I think, square, but I'm shaving off the corners. I've used a pipe wrench, vice grips, a 1 inch wrench, channel locks, didn't do anything. And a pair of, and a crescent wrench, and hammers. And I don't want to give too much force to this thing and shear off all of the grip that I have currently. So I'm gonna do some research, maybe find some penetrating oils, but there should be a rubber O-ring seal in there too, which might be what's sticking. But I can't believe that an O-ring seal would defeat me and a pipe wrench. I mean, that's a good sized pipe wrench. And it was shearing metal off, so I don't know. Worst case, let's say we can't get it out ever, which I doubt. We can go in here with a vacuum pump type thing and pump out the old oil and then dump in new oil. I would just worry about sludge and crap. Hopefully the oil filter does its job. I don't know. Hopefully we can get that plug out. That's all. I've never not been able to get a plug out, but right now I tried pretty dang hard and haven't been able to get it out. So I'm gonna do some research, text a few friends, and see. We might need to apply heat to it, but I've never applied heat to a oil reservoir. It'd be nice if those caps are available at Tractor Supply too, because then I can just buy a new one and not worry about destroying this one. Let's go see. Doodly doo doo doodly doo. Yeah, let's go get some parts. It's like a sign. It's already moving. Yes, favorite part acquired. What else do we need? Carb kit. But we just need that one. Let's go in here. Daddy's favorite stuff. Close that door, bud. All right, what do you guys think about this machine?
Can I get on it?
No, not yet. It's dirty. I need to wash it and fix it. Look at that mess of parts. That's $600 counting the battery.
And wires.
Where?
Why is there just wires?
What?
Why is there just wires?
Where?
Right there.
Show me. Show. Don't touch anything. Just go closer. So what is your question?
Why is there wires?
Because those give power to certain things.
Look at this.
That's a oil catch pan.
And what is this?
Those are shop rags.
This is Celtics.
Yep.
And what is this?
Those are more shop rags.
Oh.
That's a bag of tractor parts. What?
Part of Daddy.
That's a light switch.
That's a light.
No, you have Zerk fittings. Buddy, say Zerk fittings. Say grease
What
fittings.
do I have?
I don't know, let me see it. That's a shift knob for a transmission.
What do I have?
Let's see it. Bring it over.
What is this?
Carb repair kit. Yeah.
What is this?
That's a shift knob for the transmission, bud.
What's this?
RTV.
TV?
Gasket maker.
Gasket made.
RTV. That stuff can deal with fuel. Wait, no. Uh-oh. Daddy got the wrong one! Ah! It's alright. Alright. Distributor cap. Need that today.
You need it?
No, not right now. Thanks.
I'll put it right here if you need it today.
Perfect, thanks. This is grease, bud. Say grease!
Grease!
Yeah. Put it back. Wacko.
I got it out because I thought you would need it today.
No, I need it today, but I'll do it later. I'm gonna work on the tractor later today. What do you think about the tractor?
Good.
Good? You think good? Distributor cap, bud.
Just look at the crap.
Perfect. Distributor crap.
Daddy.
What?
Why is there oil by it?
There is oil by because I was trying to get oil out of it earlier today, but I can't get a plug out.
Whoa.
What, bud?
Whoa.
What?
Look at these cool big wheels.
What? Look at these cool big wheels.
Big wheels.
Yeah. Are we supposed to touch those dirty wheels?
No.
Does Daddy need to clean it?
Yeah. Wheel.
What?
Wheel.
What?
Dirt.
What?
Dirt on them.
Ah.
It's too much dirty.
Yeah, we're not supposed to touch it, you nut. Don't touch fire, it's hot. That's my boy. Hey, I love you. Let's go inside. Yeah? Yeah?
Yeah.
Alright, let's go. I went to Tractor Supply today. That's a whole bunch of Tractor Supply parts. Tractor parts. It is actually $600 worth of parts, so get to work. This is awkward for me. We've talked about talking about begging for money. I've never been like, hey, give me money. But y'all said y'all wanted to do this, so I'm gonna be straightforward. Spent $606 today. I'm going to, in the link of my Instagram and the link of every video that I post from now on YouTube, I'm going to include my GoFundMe link from way back in the day. It's still active, it's just nobody's contributing to it anymore, it's just sitting there. So what I'm going to do, you can put a comment or your name or whatever, write tractor parts. If you have a specific part that you want to pay for, I can tell you, I have my receipt, I can tell you exactly what it costs, you can pay exactly that if you'd like. We should do a live stream. I need to talk to y'all, and I really think that we should do a live stream, get everybody on board, and go from there. What do y'all think? And I hope you're having a good day. Bye. Well, we got our pile of parts back to the house. We got a few things going on. I'm really still trying to get this drain plug undone. I read online and got a few cool tips from some of the old tractor guys, and one of their tips was genius. He said, put a floor jack underneath your pipe wrench. Well, pipe wrench was like the #1 key for everybody getting them off. Well, I've got one down there already, and a hammer, but it was slipping off with gravity every time. And he said, put a floor, because, and also the bolt, I guess let's call it, the drain, has a square head on it, but it's also kind of like tapered a little bit, and that also causes the wrench to slip off. So anyways, a floor jack underneath your pipe wrench, and then just put a cheater on the pipe wrench and go. My only problem there is the teeth on my pipe wrench are starting to chew up the square nut, or whatever you want to call it. Bolt head, I don't know. Starting to chew up the oil drain plug. So we're gonna try to get that off. I have a 12-volt battery. I don't think we need to mess with anything else yet. The coil, I bought a 12-volt coil as well. And so we can crank on this thing all day long. I have a 12-volt battery charger / maintainer. I love this thing. And so we should be able to throw a 12-volt battery in there, run wiring to a 12-volt coil, and then a 12-volt coil to the new distributor cap, put a new rotor in that thing, hopefully get some lightning going on there, and then new spark plug wires and spark plugs to the cylinders. And this is after we do our wet compression test. I think I can get a wet compression test done tonight. I don't know. That compression was so disturbing this morning. And honestly, like the front one having like 10 pounds of pressure, I'm wondering, I'm hoping it's a good thing, meaning just valves are stuck wide open, not there's a hole in the side of your block or cylinder wall, or we will figure it out. Honestly, these things are built so well and they don't have enough power to really ruin themselves. So the only way you can ruin them is if you run them out of oil, or if you let them idle too long, because that's the same thing. They starve for oil when they're idling. That's about it. Or you run the wrong oil or something. They don't have enough power to throw a rod through the side of the cast iron block. They probably do, but not like a 500 horsepower race car V8, you know. Guess we're gonna call it. I'll do a little more work tonight, but we're just kind of getting going. I would like to thank everybody. I immediately posted my GoFundMe account to my Instagram and said, hey guys, start reimbursing for these things and we'll go from there. This was $600. We already made $250 back. So I can tell this is what y'all want to do. This is how we're going to do it. I'd be thrilled if this is what y'all want to do, because it's no money out of my pocket. I already know how to do this stuff. I'd love to show y'all, and I'd love to this is what is fun for me. So thank you guys. And let's have some fun, and we'll go from there. Anyways, I don't know whether to end this video. I think I will, because like today all we did was just like kind of diagnose and gather parts, and we didn't even fully diagnose. We fully diagnosed the fact that we have no spark. So we're gonna try to get some spark, get some revolutions going, get some compression tested. If a hotter battery makes the compression better, then cool. If oil down the cylinders frees up some rings and solidifies that compression a little better, then cool. If valves decide to seat better, cool. But if not, then that'll be what we tackle next. But we're gonna get a new battery in it tonight. We're gonna get spark stuff going. I hope I can get spark going. We don't need to recharge it yet. Somebody's coming out. Come on out. So as soon as we get all that done, then we can recharge it. Are y'all leaving? Cool. Alright guys, well I was going on blabbing about a whole bunch of stuff, and then I was like, this is going to be an insanely long video for just our introduction video, so I'm going to kill it here. Basically, we did diagnostics on this thing, kind of. We found out we didn't have spark. We went to the store, we got $600 worth of parts. Y'all already paid for like $300 worth of it because of my Instagram shout out saying just use my GoFundMe. So good job and thanks on being diligent. Y'all are great. I mean, you said y'all would do this and that y'all wanted to do this, and evidently you do. So I don't know. It was just kind of, it wasn't scary for me. Like if I spend $600 and don't get it from y'all, I still will have this thing in the end that I could go, well, I didn't pay for it, so I guess I gotta make my money back and sell it, make my money back. But that's me being paranoid that y'all aren't gonna do this, and it's already, we've already shown that you're gonna do it. It's pretty cool. I didn't think this would work, I guess. I was really skeptical at first about this idea. Not even skeptical, like I thought like this is crazy, they're not gonna wanna do this, and everybody was like, let's do it. And I'm like, that's cool. So, this is us. This is not mine, this is ours, this is us, let's do this thing. But that is it for this video, and then I'm gonna get to work tonight, get a bunch of footage, get a bunch of little annoying things done, such as try to get that dang oil plug out of the bottom. It is so stuck, but I've read a little bit and found out some cool little tips and tricks, and worst case scenario, we'll chop that piece of metal up and make a tool to get it off. But I think our pipe wrench and a big cheater with a couple other tricks that I learned, maybe heat and a jack to hold the wrench from slipping off of it. Like I said, a few tricks. I'm going to try a few things and go from there. But that's where I started blabbing, and this turned into a lengthy thing, which it did again. But getting to work. I'll record things. You'll see it on the next video. Thanks for paying for things. That was really awesome, and I'm really excited to continue doing this. Give me more money later. This tractor is just, it's perfect for this, guys. It needs everything, barely. Like, nothing's broken, just everything is not working anymore. Everything needs repair. Everything is, I guess the fact that the tractor's complete is why this is awesome. Along with it being my favorite year of my favorite tractor. Like, the only thing that this could have to make it any better, aside from any crazy things like the V8 conversion or a four-wheel drive conversion, the only other thing is if it had the Sherman step-down 2-speed gearbox in front of the transmission. And that's so rare, and I'm not a farmer. I really don't need that. When I was plowing with my other one, I really wished it had a step down. It had a step up for highway usage. Not highway, but road usage. This one doesn't have anything other than the 4-speed Ford transmission. I'm hoping and assuming it will be geared appropriately for like average daily use, some plowing, some shredding, some other things. Anyways, I'm making this video long again. Guys, I'm gonna get to work. I'll see y'all later. I'm so excited. This is freaking cool. Thanks. Bye.